Alright, welcome back to another video. So I've got my protein timer all the way at 3. I've got my sedentary timer so that I can take a sedentary time whenever I would like. So let's take another automate your network video. I know I'm right in the middle of preparing for a retake of the LPIC. I can definitely pass it on a second try. I can't take it until the 18th, but I've got a good strategy, I think. So I think it's time to spend some time on this. I haven't really spent a lot of time on this series, and it's starting to get to pretty exciting places. So last video, we got it all the way to reach out to the devices to use the correct username and authentication. It's been having a lot of difficulty using the correct hostname to log in, which is really frustrating because if you were to just write out the code itself, so for example, write me out some simple Python code that I can use to SSH into all of my network gear from my Linux bash jump server. Like
Sure.
Look at how simple this is.
Here's a simple Python script that utilizes the paramiko library to SSH into your network devices and execute commands. Please install the necessary library using pip before running this code. Now, let's look at the Python script.
Yeah, this is all you gotta do. You just add more devices as needed. How many lines?
This script will SSH into each device listed in the devices list and execute the command specified in command_to_run.
Yeah, literally all you have to do is take this script. You don't have to do anything. You just open up IPython on your so for example, like command prompt and then IPython or IPython 3. I mean, already IPython is just an optimization. You don't need it. This is all you have to do. You have to have the appropriate modules installed, of course. So you have to install paramiko, but I mean, it truly is that easy. This isn't a sign that it's more difficult than I thought. Like if we open a bash shell here, and then we create a and then I go to my home directory and I do mkdir proof, change to that, and then I do python 3-m vnv source v bin activate pip install paramiko. See, now this is what I used to do. This was like my bread and butter of what I used to do all the time on the job. Because, like, look at how easy this is. You're done. And I'm kind of making myself look a bit foolish here. Oh, no, I'm not. It didn't work because, just the formatting isn't right. So, like, just go on. But even this, I've spent hours. I've spent, hours and hours and hours trying to get it to work otherwise. I'm spending minutes here. So yeah, like it's just some kind of like spacing issue, literally. And if I really want to make it easy, just make IPython pip install IPython. You can say all you want. Oh, well, it wasn't so easy, was it? Well, yes, it is, because I'm not even 5 minutes in to this demonstration, and look, it's done. Like, I couldn't connect because it's not a real device. Like, this is it. Boom. Do you need Ansible? Or, like, see, this is, yeah. So, anyway, you can see my frustration with it being so difficult for something like Ansible just to use the correct username, because if you do something like this in less than 100 lines okay, maybe I made myself look a little bit silly, but I did that over the course of 10 minutes and not over the course of multi 3-hour videos. And there's only one user possible for it to use. So you don't have those kinds of issues where it just constantly uses a different user than you expected it to use. That's not a thing that's even possible to happen. So yeah, this has been like my bread and butter. I haven't really found. Now, the networks I have worked on have been, their own specific networks with their own specific intricacies. I'm aware that there are different networks. Some networks have different devices on them, more Linux hosts on them. Ansible is designed for system administration for Linux hosts. So yeah, Ansible is going to be better for the things that it's optimized for, which are primarily like Linux hosts, system admin tasks. It's also going to be better for massive networks. If you got to log into 1 million devices, now you've got to do some things that Ansible has taken care of for you. So yeah, it's just not a one-size-fits-all solution. And not only that, sometimes it overcomplicates tasks that don't require that really aren't that complicated of tasks. All right, but the goal is to kind of get away from that and to walk away from this thinking, okay, yeah, it's not that bad, it's possible. So let's keep working towards that goal. So I'm going to open up Automate Your Network. No, I do not want to update. That would brick everything. And then, oh, this is interesting. My lab's not, oh, no, it is. Okay, perfect. Yep, I'm going to start everything. And then we'll get in here and we'll start the video off by running the Ansible playbook and seeing what happens. I'll also open up Visual Studio Code. And I'm going to need to open 2 instances of it. One where I've got the book saved here, and then another one where I've been working on the centralized repository. And I do need some sedentary time very soon. Very, very soon. Okay, so everything's all good and synced up. Let's open there. I'm gonna take my sedentary time right now, and I'll take a pause. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I'm gonna put 5 minutes of active time on the clock. I can take some sedentary time after that if I would like, but for now, let's keep working through this here. So we've got VNC up. Okay, and now what we can do is run it against there. Let's get the official, let's get like an Ansible official documentation up. And maybe there's like an official, yeah, like this getting started for network automation. Maybe there's like a, something we can go through. There's actually quite a bit, but this looks pretty good. I mean, this looks like what we're trying to do. So then there's the network automation, advanced topics, and then getting started, we can do the getting started. Yeah, so this actually looks pretty good. We got the basic concepts, which is not that much reading at all. And then how it's different. Yeah, so this is really not bad. And then this will probably have, yeah, so I think reading this makes a lot of sense. So let's start off by running the playbook, and don't want this to happen. Okay. All right, we'll make sure everything's synced up. Looks like, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, now we're good. Yep, everything's synced up. And then we'll run the playbook and start from there. Okay, so the playbook gets run from the reading I have here. Okay, so it's going to be Ansible _ dash playbook. Yep, we got it. Okay, and then configuration. Oops. Nope, it's going to be under playbooks. Campus, tactical, campus facts. And this is another thing too. It's like, just, oh, that's interesting. No hosts were matched. Huh. All right. So yeah. So that's where I'm at now. We just don't have this working the way it needs to be working, and based on the book, I actually don't really have a good understanding of this. So I think going through the official Ansible and getting that read, I think makes a lot of sense. So yeah, we were gonna start. Oh, and there's my sedentary time, if I would like it, which I definitely would. So yeah, this is where we are at in the reading. So, but we need to get a better sense for what's actually going on here. So I'm gonna switch to sedentary time. Okay, and then let's go through the official Ansible directory. That I think that's the only way to really get a clear sense of like what username it's using and why, how the playbook needs to look, you know, all that. Yeah, so let me take a moment. I need to take a pause. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I'm still got some sedentary time left, so I'm gonna take a look at this getting started, and I think I'm just gonna read as much of this out loud as I can, So network getting started. So remember, Ansible is more for system administration. So it's more for like managing different kinds of machines, like Linux hosts, Windows hosts, probably. But it's for networking is just kind of an add-on. It's not its core. Like if we look at the documentation, it's automation, but it's I want to try to. So it's an IT automation tool. It can configure systems, deploy software, and orchestrate more advanced IT tasks, such as continuous deployments or zero downtime rolling updates. So, yeah, it's an IT automation tool, which isn't necessarily. But anyway, let's just read all of this. So, network getting started. Ansible collections support a wide range of vendors, device types, and actions, so you can manage your entire network with a single automation tool. With Ansible, you can automate repetitive tasks to speed routine network changes and free up your time for more strategic work. You can leverage the simple, powerful, and agentless automation tool for network tasks that operations and development use. You can separate the data model or a playbook or role from the execution layer through Ansible modules to manage heterogeneous network devices. You can do that with. You can benefit from community and vendor generated sample playbooks and roles to help accelerate network automation projects. And you can communicate securely with network hardware over SSH or HTTPS. I don't know. It's just this just rubs me the wrong way so much because they're trying to say like you can't do that without Ansible. It's like not only can you do it with Ansible, you can do it easier. Sorry, I'm very heavily biased to my own experience has been kind of tricky. Wow. All right, so sorry, I'm getting distracted. So here we go. So who should use this guide? This guide is intended for network engineers using Ansible for the first time. If you understand networks but have never used Ansible, work through the guide from start to finish. This guide is also useful for experienced Ansible users automating network tasks for the first time. You can use Ansible commands, playbooks, and modules to configure hubs, switches, routers, bridges, and other network devices. But network modules are different from Linux/Unix and Windows modules, and you must understand some network-specific concepts to succeed. If you understand Ansible but have never automated a network task, start with the second section. So I definitely don't want to skip that first section because I don't understand Ansible. I don't understand how it picks the username and why it doesn't choose the one that I told it to use. So this guide introduces basic Ansible concepts and guides you through your first Ansible commands, playbooks, and inventory entries. Okay, so here's the table of contents. So we're going to start with basic concepts. We're not going to skip that one because I am struggling with it. Okay, so the basic concepts are common to all uses of Ansible, including network automation. Let me take a look at the time. Okay. You need to understand them to use Ansible for network automation. This basic introduction provides the background you need to follow the examples in this guide. Okay. So the first thing you need to know about is the control node, the machine from which you run Ansible CLI tools and others. You can use any computer that meets the software requirements as a control node. Laptops, shared desktops, and servers can all run Ansible. Multiple control nodes are possible, but Ansible itself does not coordinate across them. See AAP for features. So, so already this is kind of useful because I can see the terms that they're using. So this would be a control node, an Ansible control node here. And this is going to be a control node as well. All right, so then there are managed nodes, also referred to as hosts. These are the target devices, servers, network appliances, or any computer you aim to manage with Ansible. Ansible is not normally installed on managed nodes unless you are using Ansible-pull, but this is rare and not the recommended setup. Inventory, a list of managed nodes provided by one or more inventory sources. Your inventory can specify information specific to each node, like IP address. It can also be used for assigning groups that allow for node selection in the play and bulk variable assignment. To learn more about inventory, see the working with inventory section. Sometimes an inventory source file is referred to as a host file. So, yeah, that'll come later. Next is playbooks. They contain plays, which are the basic unit of Ansible execution. This is both an execution concept and how we describe the files on which Ansible-playbook operates. Playbooks are written in YAML and are easy to read, write, share, and understand. To learn more about playbooks, see Ansible playbooks. Then there's plays, the main context for Ansible execution. This playbook object maps managed nodes, hosts to tasks. The play contains variables, roles, and an ordered list of tasks that can be run repeatedly. It basically consists of an implicit loop over the mapped hosts and tasks and defines how to iterate over them. Okay, then there's roles, a limited distribution of reusable Ansible contents, tasks, handlers, variables, plugin, templates, and files for use of inside a play. So to use any role resource, the role itself must be imported into the play. So let's see if we have any roles in the play that we've got. So here's the play. So I don't see anything that says role. Yeah, so I'm guessing I don't have any roles. So next are tasks, the definition of an action to be applied to the managed host. Tasks must always be contained in a play, directly or indirectly, role or imported/included task list file. You can execute a single task once with an ad hoc command using Ansible or Ansible-console. Both create a virtual play, which is not explained. And then there's handlers, a special form of a task that only executes when notified by a previous task, which resulted in a change status. That seems pretty useful to me. You can prevent. You can choose whether to do the next tasks or not based on if the prior task was successful. So let's take a look at the tasks. So here we go. We've got print user task. Then we've got this block here. And this came from the AI, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Yeah, so that's it. We've just got these tasks here. And right now it just skips everything. Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's because I fed it the wrong file. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let this run out. I'll pause and be right back. All right, let's keep going on this. So the next one are modules, which are the code or... Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at how this went through. Now that I specified it, it should be the same thing where it's like skipping the hosts. Yeah, it's failing to authenticate. I think it's using the wrong host name again. So that's the point of reading this. We want to try to figure out why it uses the wrong host name, even though we have it specified, and we want to change where and why we're specifying the host name, because we can see the Ansible SSH user is set correctly, but despite that, so this is all for my own local host, which the appropriate user for that is GNS3. So it's getting that right, but if it's using that same user for reaching out to the network, then that is a problem. So here we go. Now it's reaching out to the network, and we can see it's skipping because some sort of conditional result was false. Yeah, we can see not only is it continuing to use that incorrect username, it's not even it's not doing any of the other things that I specified for it to do in the campus fax. I'm kind of tempted to just try something, because yeah, I'm kind of tempted to try to move some of this, but you can see this is where it's not obeying what I have here. So obviously this is in the wrong spot. It probably needs to be over here. But let's just keep reading. Hopefully it'll be clear at the end of this. So modules. The thing is, I don't want to just read this because I just don't think it's all going to be relevant. So let's go back. Let's not just read out loud. Let's do a here we go. Privilege escalation. That looks good. The other thing we need to know is yeah, so like right here, that looks good. Okay, so let's just target some of these. So privilege escalation, enable mode, become an authorized. So several network platforms support privilege escalation. Okay, can you tell me how to do it, please? I guess not. I'm high and dry. So, oh, here we go. So you can use become. So, and does this go in a? Oh, it's a group vars file. Okay. So do I need some kind of file like this? Okay, see, this is what I wanted to see. So, oops, and I've got some sedentary time if I want it, and I definitely want it. I might need to take a longer break. Okay, so if we have the group vars, you can see in the group vars we've got eos.yml. So these are like variables to use if it's making. So I'm gonna do this. Let's forget about ChatGPT. We know ChatGPT is not. It, like, you know, if we know the basics of critical thinking, And we know that ChatGPT is not a primary source. It's not a trustworthy source for this stuff. This right here is the trustworthy source. So let's create some group vars files that mimic what we have here. So now we can set the user, and now we can do the become too if it. So yeah, this is perfect. So let's make a bunch of files. So we're gonna go to group vars, and then we're gonna do touch, and then based on what's in the playbook, we'll make different group vars files. So, oh my god. So we've got so here's network connection CLI, and then we have network OS iOS. Yeah. Let's do network CLI for this one instead. Well. Okay, so we're gonna have Junos, EOS, and iOS, I believe. So let's make those. So we're gonna make the first one, which is gonna be iOS.yml. Then we're gonna have EOS.yml, and then we're gonna have JUNOS.yml. Okay, there we go. And then let's build these files out. Okay, so this is, arista.eos.eos common, and now the user is going to be this. And then I think it's going to be false for these. I don't know. Let's take a look. So now they're not. The aristas are distributions. So let's do this. Okay, and then we're going to do SSH. And then okay, that looks good to me. Ow. Okay, and then we want to see if we have to do enable, and we do. So we're going to have Ansible become equals true, and we're going to have enable. So then what we're going to do is the next one, iOS. So the access our iOS. Okay, so we can have a false on this. Okay, and then Junos, so like the core is going to be that. So teches dash core. Okay, and it's a Juniper, so you don't need to escalate permissions. This does not mean the same thing in a Juniper as it does in Cisco. In Cisco, it means you're in regular mode or you're in privileged exec mode. In Juniper, it means you're in regular mode or you're in configuration mode. All right, so we'll do a false for the Juniper, and then get rid of this. So and then we've got to change what we got here. So it's going to be for the Juniper. It'll be this Juniper networks .junos facts. All right, and then for iOS, it'll be cisco.ios.ios facts. Then EOS, it'll be Arista. Oh. I'm confused here. I don't know if I need the facts or not. Let's try it like this. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna do there, and then we're gonna say trying to fix username based on docs. Commit. There we go, and then we'll pull it down here. 15 seconds. I thought it was 15 seconds. Why is it taking so much longer? Maybe it reset. So it says that there's a file that's empty. Let's take a look at the git log. Oh no, there's something that's corrupt. What's corrupt? Something's corrupt? Why is it? Okay. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's the wrong one. It's corrupt. All right, well, let's feed this to the error log. So this is standard error. And then let's see what the AI has to say about that. Oh, assuming I can even... It just looks like the whole thing is messed up. Let's try just opening it another session. So I guess I'll try deleting this and then opening it again, and I'll leave this window open. I don't think that'll make a difference, but I'll do it anyway. That's so weird. Why does it, Okay. Is the error log? Okay, so the error log is written, but, something about version control is not happening correctly. Um, okay, well, I guess I'll try deleting it. We can try. Uh, okay. Okay, so there we go, and then automated network, okay, and then automated network, okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, sometimes you can just do that. Okay, and then we can, there we go. Now there's a, so I guess I'll close this and reopen it. I don't know why it's in yellow. Okay, now it's not in yellow. Okay, so I'll take a pause. I'll be right back. All right, let's keep going on this. I'm kind of, well, we're 44 minutes in. I kind of don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I don't know, and I'm honestly thinking of kind of just letting this series go. There's just too many other things to focus on. But let's try, especially since Oh, okay. So it's working now. I've got all the group vars files here. So let's try running it again. I don't know. I'm just not that crazy about this series. Alright, so that's doing stuff on my local host, which is good. But the problem is, okay, so here we go. This is the stuff that actually matters. So we're still getting the conditional result was false. And then we're still getting it using the wrong user, despite the configuration that it has. Man, why is it so hard? Yikes. Authorized and auth pass. Enable mode. Consistently. Okay. Gather subset all. Gather subset. Yeah, so I've got this right. Like there's stuff that's going right. The only thing that's going wrong is it's ignoring the like maybe I need to add var under this. Yeah, so vars is here, but it's so like maybe I need to add remote user here under var. Alright, I'll try that. Alright, that's my sedentary time. If I want it. Alright, so let's try this. Alright. And then here's the oh, I see. Alright, let's see if this works. No stages, so let's stage them first. Here we go. Okay. This is my local host, so everything's going good there. All right, here's where it counts. Ah, we still get that conditional was false. What conditional is it even? Like what conditional is, and it's still not using the right username. That's so weird. There's nothing I can do to make it use the right username. Let me try to do it in the host.ini file. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do to get it to use the correct username. Now I can't even click on the website. Is the website down? I mean, that could be on my end. My internet is not the best. Now their website doesn't even work. Is that on my end? Man. Okay, here we go. Building Ansible inventories. Adding variables to inventory. There we go. And we're going to do it in ini. So I think we're going to try this. We're going to do Ansible _user. Yeah. Next alongside it. And we're just going to do that. Oh, you know what? I think the other thing I have wrong is for group vars, like these need to be, yeah, it needs to be like this is like where it pulls from for group vars. So let's try this, and if this doesn't work, we'll add that to everything. But I think this is kind of promising. I think I just have my group vars way wrong. It has to correspond to what's over there. Alright, let's try that. Hopefully it uses the correct user now. Alright, so we gotta go through all that nightmare. How many calories did I burn at least? Let's see here. Today, I burned. Oh wait, what? Oh, my counters got reset for some reason. Yeah, my counters got reset. That's too bad. Usually it will keep track of everything for the full day until you hit the power switch on it. So I like to hit the power switch in the morning, and then at night I can see how many extra calories I burned. But sometimes it doesn't hold on to it. Okay, so yeah, same issue. It's still not using the right username. That's fascinating. I'm just like impressed now. Like how can you, like, how is it possible to make something like the documentation says that'll work? Like, how's it possible to make it like this confusing how to set the username? I'm just like impressed by that. I'm not even like upset that it's not working. I'm just like in awe. Like how is it this hard just to like give it which username to use? Okay. So that didn't work. So let's try this then. So we're gonna do Ansible user. Then we're gonna add this to all of them. I think I know what's happening. I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. I think it's something with the group vars being broken. Like, what's going on is I don't understand how the files interact with each other. And as such, some of the files, they're failing to interact with each other the way I expect them to, because I don't understand. So it's like it's drawing upon a default username, and the default username is what you're logged into the bash shell with. So, and it's because it's trying to pull vars from somewhere, and I don't know where it's trying to pull them from. I think it's trying to pull them from somewhere where it's not. That's what's going wrong. It's me, of course it's me, but I mean my complaint is like it shouldn't be that hard. I don't feel like this is like that complicated. It's just logging into the devices. Okay, so doing stuff on localhost. Okay, now we're reaching out to the devices. We're still getting this conditional result was false thing. I don't think that's good. And we're still using the wrong username. Man, that's just, I'm not even upset by this. I'm just fascinated. Now we see it says Ansible, B-A-L-L. Like Ansible Z, like Dragon Ball Z. Are they like? Why is it not doing what I tell it to, and instead of it's doing something that looks like Dragon Ball Z? Wow. Okay. All right. It just does. Okay, well, is there any other way? You know what I'm going to do? Let's go and let's just look for anything that says anything about the username. Maybe we can set like a global default. Yeah, so here's the username to use when connecting to the host. So I have that, but it refuses to use it. But at the same time, it's getting these somehow. It's getting the host name to use. It's just not using the correct username. So maybe I'll get rid of this defaults and see if that changes it. And maybe I can add the all, because it is using the correct Python interpreter now. So I know that this is being read. So, yeah, let's just put the Ansible SSH user down here, and then get rid of everything here. Okay, I kind of have more confidence in this, so I'm going to try this, and then I need to take a quick break. Man. Okay, so let's try this now. Okay. All right, give this another try. I think it'll be the same. If it's the same problem, I'm going to definitely pause it and take a quick break. If we make progress, then I'll pause it and take a quick break. And I wish I could do something here where if it already exists, it doesn't continually do it again, because this wastes a lot of time. Alright, so here's the big moment of truth. Oh, and it looks like there is a different... Nope, it's the same thing. It uses the wrong user. And there's nothing I can do. But at the same time, it does use Python 3 now. So it's listening to some of the configuration, but not all of it. Alright, I gotta take a break. Alright, I'm back. Let's keep going. I'm kind of ready to give up on this because I tried. I have the Ansible user. I think in my group vars, I do need it to be named after this. But you know what? I'm done with this. I might be done with the whole series as well. I mean, if it's this hard just to tell it which username to use, just don't use Ansible. Just use the code, especially with ChatGPT 3. Like, you should be getting good at coding anyway. So, like, coding is a lot more powerful to just know how to do. So don't rely on some tool and what some team of people that are more interested in watching Dragon Ball Z and naming their stuff after that than they are making it clear how to use the username to log in with. So yeah, I would say don't worry about it. If people aren't using it already, then if they're already using it at your job, then there's somebody there that knows what they're doing and knows how to use it. Talk to that person. If they're not already using it, then just code. Please code. I beg you. Code. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.